Hey guys, it is Wednesday. That means it's time for another $10 DIY Wednesday. We have a really cool one today. Very few things that you actually need for it, but it's gonna look pretty expensive, and that's kind of the name of the game.
If you guys remember this.
Yes, you can see obviously you need a horizontal sign, wallpaper and vinyl paper. All of this we actually got from Dollar Tree.
Yes.
And we love this wallpaper. It may look a little bit familiar because we have used it before for another craft, which is currently taking up residence in Marlon's apartment.
You better believe it. I love this.
Yes, so just to clarify, this is the wallpaper. They do have these wallpaper pieces that you can get at Dollar Tree. They have a lot of different designs. I went with this one because I just think it is the most fun, summery wallpaper. I'm obsessed with it. And then they also have vinyl paper. You can find a roll of vinyl, which a lot of people use for their Cricut, if you have a vinyl cutter like that. Or in this case, we actually just cut letters out of it, and I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth in how we did this. So maybe in theory, you can run the vinyl paper through the printer. What we actually did was we printed all of these letters. We printed the word welcome, cut those out, and then traced them on the vinyl paper and then cut these out. A little bit of a process. It actually didn't take more than an hour though. So this is going to work perfectly. Now to talk about the sign.
Yes.
Dollar Tree, bless their hearts, have created a $5 and $3 section, a little bit like Five Below. It's actually got some of the same products as Five Below, I found. And when I went to Minneapolis and went to Five Below, they had some of the same things.
It literally says $5.
It does. So this was $5, and I thought that was a huge steal because you see these welcome signs everywhere, and they're $30. If you're lucky, $25.
Yeah.
But yes, so this one is from Dollar Tree, and as you can see, it's part of their $5 section. It does have hooks on the back because this one is meant to be hung horizontally. That's just not how we do things here on North Dakota today. So it's going to be a vertical sign. It's going to be the kind that when you go to someone's home, you see sitting by the door and it says welcome.
I love that. That is a great welcoming piece and a great effort on your part to do it vertically.
And another big part of this too is because we're using the same wallpaper as a previous activity, and we're also using the same flowers. If you remember, this is from kind of the elevated plate candle holder craft that we did. This is going to tie your home together. So the idea is, if you keep using some of the same materials, it doesn't have to necessarily be exactly the same colors or exactly the same thing every time, but if you reintroduce a thing that you've done in the past, like this wallpaper, it'll tie your home together because now you have three pieces that create a visual set in your home. It's very welcoming to people. All right, so we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that all of our wallpaper pieces match up in pattern. I will explain why in a second, but for instance, these two, that's tricky, match in pattern. So we're going to put them together, and then these two match in pattern. We want them this way because wallpaper has a pattern repeat. So as we're going down, we want them to all line up. So if you put these like this, the pattern should repeat.
Yes.
And then that way it's seamless and it's not obvious when you're putting them next to each other. Right?
You thought this out. I love
Thought this out, sir. I know what I'm doing. All right, so then the next thing we're going to do is we want to cut it out. The easiest way, I think, to do this is I'm putting it where we know the inside edge is going to be. Now we need the outside edge, so I'm just going to draw a little line here, one on each side. That's our outside edge. And then I'm going to use the sign to create that line so that we can make sure it's a perfectly straight line.
Perfect.
And then we're just going to cut it out. So Marlon, I'm going to let you do that part. Each of them needs to be cut. Another probably easiest way, cut one, put it down, use it as a pattern.
Template.
Yeah, basically creating a template, so that's easy. Like I had mentioned, we did cut the letters out, and we made sure that we did it with the shiny side up because this is vinyl. The back side's going to peel off. That's why we did vinyl, not regular paper. You could absolutely do regular paper, scrapbook paper, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you glue it down. We're going to get more into this. This is a two-part $10 DIY. So stay with us after the break. We're going to put this all together, and then you'll see the finished product.